Hello friends, welcome to my channel Salonia Tutorial by Anju Salonia. Today we'll be discussing some of the important synonyms that are very important in your daily conversation, right? So let's just get started. The first one you can see here is amazing. Amazing. Now you can see here we have three synonyms, synonym 1, 2 and 3. So the first one we can use instead of amazing, we can use incredible, unbelievable or improbable. So these are the three words that we can use instead of using amazing: incredible, unbelievable or improbable. The second one you can see here is anger. Anger. And you all feel anger sometimes, right? So the word that you can use here instead of anger, the three words, the similar words, synonyms, we all know that these are the similar words which have the same meanings, right? So we can use enrage, enrage, infuriate, infuriate, or we can also use arouse, arouse. So these are the three synonyms for anger. You can just write down all these important synonyms, or you can just simply listen to me. These are very important which you use in your daily conversation. The third one is angry. It is quite similar to anger. The third one we have is angry. And here we can use, instead of using the word angry, we can use wrathful, wrathful, furious, or the same meaning, that is enraged. As above we have also discussed this thing. The next synonym that comes here is answer. Fine. Answer, you all know. When teacher asks you a question, so you answer that particular question. So instead of saying answer, you can say reply. That please reply me, please respond me, or you can simply say retort. So these are the three different words which are similar in meaning as that of answer. Next, if you want to say that I want to ask something, I want to ask something. So instead of going for this ask, you can say that I have a question. I have a question. Or you can say that I have a query. I have a query. And the third one here is that you can say I want to inquire this thing. I want to inquire this thing. Right? I hope I'm clear. Next one we have is awful. Awful. Here, the awful means something terrible, terrible, or abominable, abominable. And the third one we have is dreadful. Something is dreadful, terrible, which means it's awful. Next one we have is bad. It's a bad idea. The smell is bad. So here, instead of using this bad word in our vocabulary, we can use different synonyms for the same word. Now the first one we have is depraved. Depraved. Or we can say this thing is rotten. Here rotten means bad smelling. Or it is mixed up with something and it is bad smelling. At that time we say it has contaminated. The air is contaminated, right? The next word, which is very beautiful in itself, and the word is beautiful. We say You are beautiful. So instead of going with this word that is beautiful, you can say you're looking gorgeous today. You are looking gorgeous today. You're looking dazzling. You are looking dazzling. What a splendid performance. What a splendid performance. So here the word gorgeous, dazzling and splendid means same, that is beautiful. So if you'll use these few words in your vocab or in your daily conversation, so this will going to help you really well. Another word we have is begin. The word begin. So we can say that let's just start the game. Let's just open it. Or we can also say launch. Remember this thing, it's not lunch by the way, it's launch, right? Next one we have is beg. The word beg. This is a big disaster. So instead of going with the big word, which is quite common, we can use the several words like we have enormous, huge, immense. Fine, so these are the words: immense pleasure, huge ball, enormous, gigantic. The next one we have is brave. You're very brave. Or we can say that Lara is a brave girl. So here brave means that she is a fearless girl. She is a fearless girl, which also means dauntless. Remember this thing, dauntless or courageous. Courageous. Lara is a courageous girl. Lara is a fearless and dauntless girl. Word meaning the same, and your conversation becomes more interesting. Next word that comes here is break, which means my hand got break, which means it got fractured. Fracture. Or we can also use wreck and crash. Fine, like aeroplane crash. Fine, so these are the basic words. Next we have is bright. The sun is bright today. We can also use sparkling. Sparkling, shimmering, or radiant. It's very radiant. It's shimmery, sparkling, bright. For example, we can say that one should wear bright clothes in summer, which means sparkling, shimmering, and radiant clothes. The next one we have is calm. Calm, which means quiet, peaceful, or unruffled. It's very quiet weather. Let everybody should live a calm and composed life, a peaceful life, a quiet life, an unruffled life. So these are the different meanings. The meanings are same. Remember this thing there because they are the synonyms. Next come is the word come itself. So instead of using come, we can use approach. Fine. So here I can use a sentence like I'm good in science, in teaching science. So you can approach me, right? Advance. Or we can also use the word near. Next, it's really cool. Cool. So instead of going with this word, we can also use it's quite chilly. Chilly. Please serve me with chilled water, which means chilled water, the cool water, the cold water. Or we can also use frosty. Next comes crooked. I want to win this race, either by hook or crook. You must have heard of this thing. So instead of going with crooked, you can also use bent, twisted, and zigzag. Fine, this is what the zigzag is. Next comes cry, which means stop crying, stop weeping, sobbing, or we can also use wail. And the last one is cut. I'm gonna cut two pieces of apple. I'm gonna cut an apple into two pieces. So you can also use slice, slice it, carve it, or cleave it. So this was all about today's. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel.